Now the front legs are actually going to be just done with buttercream. We're not going to be using any cake for that part. He's going to have some floppy ears that come down here. So we'll just have the front paws kind of just peeking out from underneath his head and his ears. Okay, let me look at him here. Let me tilt his head a little bit more. And just round that a tiny bit more. Okay, so at this point he could be a dog, he could be a dinosaur, he could be pretty much anything. He could be a pig, whatever you want him to be. Let me clean this mess up and then we'll start to ice. Okay, we're going to take some buttercream first and pop it in here to secure those back legs, both sides. And then we can just start to ice it. This one we're going to keep in buttercream. We're going to have some fondant accents, but you just basically want to get a lot of buttercream on here first, like so, and start to spread it out. And it's a little crumbly, and that's just because it's not cold. So it will be much easier if you do it when it's cold. Okay, once I get the main part of that body, I'll go ahead to these legs that are going to be kind of fragile. Again, because they're soft. Sorry, I'm going to have to turn it this way for a second. Sometimes I just can't get in there any other way. An important thing, you could always crumb coat first so that you can seal all the crumbs in, especially if it's a chocolate cake or cake that's darker inside. It's harder to hide crumbs. But I'm not really a huge crumb coat girl. It's like an extra step that you don't always need. You know what I mean? All right, so you can see I've just got a lot of icing on there at first, right? Lots of icing. Oh, and it helps if you get it actually on the cake instead of on the cake board. But what can you do? Okay, I've got those crumbs in there, so I need to get those out. So I just need to be gentle around here. Again, sorry, I've got to come in this way so that I can get all that area. And now I can get to the head, and then I'll show you how to start smoothing it. Now, because dogs have the fur, we're not going to do a smooth job. We're going to actually use a paintbrush to kind of give a little texture. A bunch more on that snout there. Bring that down. It's nice once you get the whole thing completely covered, then you're pretty safe away from those crumbs. Oops, I just tore that right off of there. Some more of that back on. Okay, once we have this part done, then what we can do is go ahead and start to smooth it a little bit. Let me find my smoothers here. First I have these are actually clay tools right here, and they're kind of bendable, they're metal, so you can get them at clay supply stores, and I can just cup it a little bit like this and bring it from back here. This is a little bit firmer than the acetate paper that I usually use, which I will still be using, but this is kind of nice when you do more of the sculpted cakes. Went a little thin there, so I'll have to go ahead and put more buttercream back on that. Okay, and the nice part is you can take that sharp edge and get in here around those legs. Okay, so let me get a little bit more in those bare spots.